Today, the Republican candidate for state superintendent, Michelle Morrow, explained what she meant when she said people would possibly need to fight come November 6th, the day after the election.
Since we broke their story, her opponent, Democrat Mo Green, has said she's trying to create fear and division. WRAL's Sean Gallagher asked Morrow what fighting on November 6th looks like. What did she have to say?
Yeah, Ashley, Michelle Morrow spoke to the press right here in Cary outside of an early voting site where there are people going in to cast ballots in this race, people who have heard the comments she made recently, things she says were taken out of context. Morrow took this opportunity to blame the media.
The real danger here is the irresponsibility of a press that would twist words to manipulate the public rather than report on the actual violence in our schools.
Morrow says those comments about war and the American Revolution 2.0 were meant figuratively. So I asked her about specific comments she made, like fighting on November 6th, the day after the election. What does that look like?
It means that we're going to have to work even harder because you're not going to have somebody at the top of this that's putting our students first.
But this is not the first time Morrow has made calls for political violence. Before she announced a run for office, she made comments about the execution of former President Barack Obama and President Joe Biden, things she says were not meant to be taken seriously. But voters do. A recent Elon University poll found 70% of voters are concerned there will be political violence after this election.
We'll all be a lot less safe with that kind of rhetoric, far less safe.
There are a lot of people in the world that can take things face value, which it can be really dangerous to say certain things, to the general public like that.
Phrases like American Revolution, war, attacks on children, when you talk about manipulation, that potentially could sway someone to think that this is something, life or death.
People already are dying. There are children that have died in our school system. So I'm sorry if the words offend people. I am more offended by our children being at risk and the adults doing nothing to stop it.
So I did reach out to Morrow's opponent, Mo Green, in this race. They provided a statement saying children deserve a leader who will unite, not a leader who continually calls for political violence. Sean Gallagher, WRAL News in Cary.